My name is Anna, and I live in a large apartment in the city center. Today was Tuesday, and it was a very cold morning outside. I woke up at 6 o'clock when my alarm clock rang loudly. I felt a little tired because I went to bed late last night. I needed my coffee immediately. I went straight to the kitchen and put the water on the stove to boil. While the water was heating, I opened the window to check the weather. The sky was gray and the air was very cold. After I drank my coffee and ate a quick piece of toast, I put on my thick gray coat and my warm winter hat. I needed to run 2 important errands today. First, I needed to go to the post office to mail a big package to my sister who lives far away. Second, I needed to buy groceries for the whole week at the supermarket near the park. I checked my bag for my wallet, my house keys, and the package. Everything was there. I walked quickly down the street. Many people were rushing to work, holding their coffee cups and talking fast on their phones. I like walking, but the city can be very noisy in the morning. I arrived at the post office. The line was long, and I waited for about 15 minutes. Finally, it was my turn. I put the big package on the counter and paid the woman who worked there. Now only the supermarket was left on my list. I walked from the post office to the supermarket, thinking about what I would cook for dinner. I needed chicken, potatoes, and some green vegetables, like broccoli and peppers. The supermarket was warm and full of bright colors. I slowly walked through the aisles and put the food in my shopping cart. I always write a list, and I am very disciplined. I always followed the list exactly. When I finally arrived at the checkout counter, the total price of my food was $52.50. I opened my wallet to pay with my credit card. I looked in my wallet, and then I looked again, moving the small bills and receipts. My credit card was not there. I realized I must have left it at home, next to my computer charger. I quickly counted the cash I had. I only had $50 in cash. I looked at the cashier and felt my face get hot. I only had $50 and the total was $52.50. I felt very embarrassed and confused. I quickly started taking things out of my cart to reduce the price. I took out the big bag of potatoes and the nice green peppers. "I am so sorry," I told the cashier. "I forgot my card at home. I only have $50. Then, the woman behind me in the line spoke. She was an older woman with kind eyes and a warm smile. "Please wait," she said simply. "I can help with that." She reached into her small purse and took out a $5 bill. She gave it to the cashier. "Keep the potatoes," she told me with a smile. "You need the potatoes for dinner tonight." I was completely surprised and could not speak clearly for a moment. I looked at the kind woman. "Thank you so much. I will pay you back now," I said quickly. I opened my wallet again to take out the $50, but she put her hands up and stopped me gently. "No, no," she said softly. "It is a small gift for a cold Tuesday. Please just pass the kindness to someone else next time you have the chance." She paid for her own things and then waved goodbye with a smile. I never learned her name. I felt suddenly very happy and warm inside. The $2.50 was a small amount of money, but the kindness was a very big thing. I paid for my food, and the cashier smiled at me. I left the supermarket with my big bag of groceries, including the big bag of potatoes and the green peppers. I walked back home, and the cold air outside did not feel so cold anymore. I thought about the nice woman and her simple action. My Tuesday morning started like every other Tuesday, full of routine and rushing. but now it ended with a warm feeling in my heart. Today was not just a day of errands, it was a day of unexpected kindness. I decided that tomorrow I would buy a coffee for the person standing behind me in the line. I must pass the gift forward. I arrived home feeling calm, happy, and very grateful.